What's up, agents, and welcome back to another division video where we've got a whole lot of things going on tomorrow, and we've started to get some notifications and information. So as always, we're going to go through it. Don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe. Let's get straight into it with the maintenance notice. So as I expected in my previous video when we were talking about the news update, you can see here at 9:30 a.m. CET or 3:30 a.m. Eastern time, 12:30 a.m. PT, estimated downtime for 5 hours, and that is because I guess they had to remove all of the Halloween stuff. But then we've also got some patch notes over on the Trello as well, which talks about the stretch goals. It doesn't seem like 5 minutes we're already talking about stretch goals for the Lexington and the Turmoils, but they are back and they are a little bit different this time. So you can see here we got the patch notes for year 7 season 2.3 and we've got even more information to come is what I'm trying to get out, because we're also going to get patch notes for a PTS. I expect that that's going to land tomorrow as well. So the stretch goals this time is called Rank Up. The season pass extension arrives on November the 18th. So when's that exactly? So November the 18th is a week tomorrow. So only 1 week after the Climax mission, and runs all the way through to December the 2nd. So that's only 2 weeks, which means potentially we're only 3 weeks away from a brand new season. So as always, once you finish tier 100 of the season pass, the extra track opens and allows you to keep earning rewards as you play. Everything in Rank Up is included on the free track, so you do not need to purchase the premium pass to take part. And then it goes on to say, after you reach tier 100, Rank Up progress can be earned by playing. It cannot be advanced through level skip, so no pay to win, essentially, like there was a couple of seasons ago. You will continue gaining progress from the same season pass XP sources. So if you've been saving up your manhunt and things like that, that'll be the time that you do all of them to progress and get as many rank ups as you possibly can. As you can see here, it does say including the manhunt scouts, seasonal journey, priority objectives, weekly projects, missions and open world activities. One key change is that XP multiplier event bonuses now apply to rank up progression while those events are active. And I have got my game firing up in the background, you'll have heard it. And I do believe there is I think it's a times 2, but we'll check that. They might change the event timeline anyway. It's a little bit messed up at the moment in the game, but we'll just double check. This irritation. It's not an irritation. I'm just going to move on. Also introduces two caches, Rank Up and Prestige Rank Up. The Prestige version is obtained the same way as the regular one and appears on the reward track as the tier 10 reward, but it offers a higher odds for exotic and named drops. All right, that's interesting. So we'll go on to that in just a minute, but let's just take a quick look at what we've got in this calendar right now for the event timeline. So we know we've got 5 times XP, but that starts tomorrow. But then there's this one, there's these two here. So this starts on the 18th of November, which would count for the stretch goals. And then the 27th of November one wouldn't. Is that right? 18th of November. Let's just flip back to them dates and just double check. So 18th of November through to December 2nd. All right, okay. So 18th of November, that would count. And the 5 times event would count as well. So that is pretty insane. So if they keep the event calendar the same as what it is now, we're going to get stretch goals on a times 2 XP event and a 5 times XP event, which to me just says that is a lot of rewards coming our way. So we got the rank up cash, which is very similar to the cash that we got last season. We get vanity items with a 50% chance per cash. That's a new Tom Sargent outfit, 8 pieces for everyone that doesn't like uniforms. This is going to be a pieced one, so that's good. Arm patches and weapon skins, just like we've had previously. And then there's a 10% drop chance with each cash to get a rare named item, including our favourites, the Lexington, Turmoil, Caretaker, and things like that. And as you can see, they all have the percentage that they drop at next to them, just as they did last season. That has not changed. Interestingly enough, the Quick Step is not included in this list. They're not giving that away again quite yet. I thought they might do because the Caretaker landed in the pool very quickly. But yeah, that's not turning out to be in the pool. And then we can move on again. What's interesting though is the one Hunter Killer. No, the Huntsman is in there. I thought for a second they might have removed the Huntsman, but no. And again, that landed in this event quite quickly as well. So I am surprised that the Quick Step is not in there. Then we've got the seasonal and special exotics. This season they've switched it to the Shroud, Overdogs, Nemesis, Liberty, Chatterbox, Dodge, City, Gunslinger's Holster, and the Ridgeway's Pride. A 10% chance, and then you can see how that is split underneath at 14.2%. Interestingly enough, just to go back up to the top, the Lexington still has a higher percent at 30, everything else at 5. Exotics are down at 0.5% as they were previously, but then it's split between 12.5% between them all. Regulus, Eaglebearer, Ravenous, Bighorn, Ouroboros, Provocateur, Birdies, and the Tinkerer. And then we get the brand new Prestige Rank Up contents, which is exactly the same, but with a higher chance of dropping said items that we've just been through. So as you can see, the Vanity items are 100% with this new cache. The rare items are also 100%, but they're still split between 12.5%. Interesting though, with this one, they lowered the Lexington, so it's an equal split between all of them. And I think they probably should have just done that anyway. But then saying that, a lot of these items in here are ones that people do not want. Like people necessarily don't want the hand basket or the chill out mask and things like that at this point. So yeah, that's also another question that could cause some kind of frustration. And then there's a 25% chance of the seasonal and special exotics. They're 14.2% in comparison to a 10% with the 14.2%. And then the exclusive exotics have been raised from 0.5% to 2.5%, but then with a 12.5% split between them. So we've got some improvements. We've taken a lot of player feedback and used it to shape the next season pass extension. The goal is to reduce frustration, to give you more flexibility in how you choose to play, and make progression feel more rewarding. Adding the Prestige Rank Up cache. The Prestige cache has been added to give more consistent high value drops. It keeps the same core loot pool, but increases the chance of the Vanity. Yeah, okay. So essentially what they've done, they've added this cache to get rid of the frustrations, but they've also intertwined the XP events so that you get more chances as well. So it could be a significant upgrade on last season. I guess we'll only know when we actually play it, because although this sounds low, well, the 0.5 is incredibly low. We worked that out with the maths last season. So I guess we'll see how it actually feels like this season. A shorter event window. The event now takes place over a shorter window, which keeps the pace more focused and helps the event stay fun from start to finish. I'm not sure about that. I mean, longer just means more rewards, right? But I guess if it is longer and everybody hates it, it's going to increase frustration for a longer period. XP multiplier events and bonuses now apply. I absolutely agree with this. I think this is a great little change. This gives you more flexibility to play how and when you want, instead of feeling locked into specific activities. If a micro XP event is active, you can take advantage of it and make progress at the same time. So I do feel like we're going to get some changes on the event track. So even looking at this now, I would fully expect all of this to change. So even though we get the 2 and 5 here, this might not be confirmed. I fully expect that they're going to change and throw some micro events in there as well. Then, of course, we've got the Climax mission coming tomorrow. You'll be able to pick up 2 exotics from it. The Tempest is still in the reward pool, and the blueprint will be available at Anaya at last. So we'll be able to re-roll it if you didn't farm a damaged target out of cover 1. But they're also adding a new pair of exotic knee pads called the Blacklisters. If you have the Tempest in your inventory, there we go, we'll get the blueprint as well. I assume we'll also get the Blacklisters blueprint as well. But they have the Ostracize talent. Shooting an enemy applies a mark. Only 1 mark can be active at a time. The mark disappears after 15 seconds or when the marked enemy dies. Receives 600% amplified damage from the marked enemy receive. So if we mark an enemy, we are going to receive 600% amp damage. Well, imagine how bad 50% feels from glass cannon. So this is, you know, and 60 are perfect glass cannon. So that is a lot of damage that you can receive from that one enemy. So definitely have to be careful of which enemy that we mark. And we'll deal 20% amplified damage to marked enemies. So that's a 20% constant amp buff. But I just don't see that 600% anywhere near worth it when we look at our overdogs that come with absolutely no downside. And yeah, all right, they can be 0 damage sometimes if you're not hitting the enemies in the right order. But that 600% seems excessive in the wrong direction. Is this a typo and it's meant to be 60? Like, surely 600% is just way too much. And obviously sometimes when you're reading this, I seem like sometimes I feel I come over excessively negative, because sometimes when you do play it, it does feel different. But I don't know. When you compare this to how good the overdogs are, I just don't see how receiving 600% amp damage from one enemy is ever going to be a good idea. Yeah, I don't get it. I just don't get it. Because as well, when that enemy dies, the next enemy that you shoot is going to be the marked one, meaning you're going to have to switch enemies again. So yeah, I don't know. I don't feel like I'll use these. I think overdogs will just sit in their place. But I guess we'll see. Let me know what you think, as always, in the comments down below. So the Shepherd event is making a comeback. It starts the 25th of November and it runs till the end of the season. Complete 6 projects to earn rewards, including XP, exotic components, and reconstructed caches. And remember, if you get up to, I think, level 25, you get that exclusive backpack trophy next season. It always rewards you the next season. The Caretaker's back, so if you don't manage to get it from stretch goals, you'll be able to get it from the Shepherd event if you missed out on it last time. And then to complete each project, you need to gain a Shepherd rank, which you'll earn by receiving endorsements. And I remember it was being pretty good last time. We got exotic components as well and things like that. So yeah, it was actually a pretty good event. So I'm glad that this is making the comeback, but not until November the 25th. So this one is a couple of ways away, 2 weeks away, but there's plenty going on in the meantime. They fixed another issue with the abridged talent. Hopefully that's the end of that. They fixed the issue with the Marauder's drone model size did not match its hitboxes. Thank God, that's been a bit of a nightmare for a while. Fixed an issue where Turmoil knee pads and Negotiator's Dilemma gear could unintentionally deal damage to player deployed turrets. I never knew that was happening, but it doesn't make any sense to run them 2 pieces of gear together anyway. So yeah, just don't do it. Fixed the issue where the donate all junk button could stop functioning. Okay. Fixed an issue that could block mission progression if the gathering point was skipped before beat 5 in the Legacy Climax mission for Captain Lewis. Fixed an issue where no comms were granted upon completing the Crossroad manhunt. And fixed the issue with the special weapon cache not dropping any items after dropping the Halloween patch and trophy. Good. Glad they got around to fixing that straight away. So yeah, we'll see. I think the stretch goals is actually an improvement. That's pretty good. Hopefully it will feel rewarding, unlike last season's. And a lot of people will still be after the Lexington Turmoil Caretaker anyway. So it'll be interesting to see how that feels, especially with that new cache. I'm not sure about the shorter event window, but I am definitely interested to see how it feels with the XP multiplier events. I'm definitely, especially if we get a ×5 one within that timeline. And obviously I am excited to test out the blacklisters, but as of right now, they really don't excite me at all. I think 600% amp damage when you mark an enemy, you know, and then the fact you have to move off that enemy because you only deal the bonus damage to the unmarked enemies, essentially could end up being a bit of a faff and cause, you know, some death. Anyway, that's going to be it for the video. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. We're nearly getting to that 40,000 subscriber mark. So if you've not yet subscribed, please do help me out. We're less than 2,000 away and we're trying to get there before the end of the year. Drop this video a like. It really does extend the reach, especially if we can get a couple of 100 likes on it. And I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching, agents. Bye-bye.